The corruption and the biasism of the nobles is anything surprising. In fact, when we saw it, we actually felt a little bit that the rage of the elves were justified. Because, I mean, they are a bunch of douches that needs to realize that they are not as great as they think they are. Even though the demon manipulated the nobles a lot of time ago, he did imply that their greed for power was genuine. So, it's anything new. It's just, however, that in the end there was a main antagonist behind the scenes. But it still doesn't change the fact that the nobles of House of Kira are a bunch of assholes for doing something like this. This is the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer. Black Clover chapter 217. Asta is taken to court as expected and of course placed on arrest together with Sekre, because well, Sekre also has demon-like things. The one who judged him is of course the president of the judgment, Damnatio Kira, who says they're gonna trial everything on the Black Clover one, and of course the king is here as well. So he begins to pull up his framing things, calling Asta Black Bull and a member of the Haga village shirk of the Forsaken region, and an orphan of the masses without a shred of magic power. Of course the nobles all feels like this filthy peasant. And Sekra is judged for having the horns that are proof of forbidden magic. They claim that there's Asta tries to say to him that it's because of a demon. However, the nobles refuse to believe words of a filthy peasant. When I think about it, where are the good nobles? Where are the vermilions? Well, I have a feeling we will see them soon. Either way, Dalmatia gets close to Asta and shows his manipulative, greedy, disgusting side by saying that either you will be judged as the demon or the magic knights who will bear the brunt of responsibility one way or another. If you're not someone who has the privilege of interrupting someone who's speaking, the nature of yours shows the weight simple, frank, easy to handle. One lowly peasant or the ones who defend the nation, it is obvious which side the scales will lean towards. So Asta of course cannot prove where the demon is, because after all they destroyed it. But of course, so I mean, it makes a little bit sense that the words of Asta cannot completely be believed. It is proof that there was a demon, but there is also not proof that the demon existed. However, given to the fact that it doesn't change the fact that what the nobles are doing is nothing more than judging Asta anyway, because he's a peasant and nothing else. So, but what they are doing next is even more cruel, and I actually expected this. After all, we cannot forget all the elves, all the magic knights that were possessed by the elves. I actually began to wonder, aren't they gonna be judged? I mean, don't get me wrong, they are not to blame for what happened, but the king is an arrogant asshole and nothing more than the biggest amount of filth on any boot there is. So I actually suspected him to banish all the magic knights that were possessed by the elves. However, they may not even do just that. They may even judge them even harsher, because then they take out Mary and saying that Mary is of the disgraced Adelaide family and lives in an orphan of church, and her brother is an ex-convict, and she was responsible for direct havoc with her eye magic, and the judge are justifying the fact that Mary, as a former noble, is putting out her anger on the common people. But the judge saying, if that's true, then the demon really manipulated her. If you can't prove it, she will be judged in the name of justice. So, but the funny thing is though, where is Gosh? If Gosh saw this, he would break through the building in blind rage. And he wouldn't care how many nobles he would kill. And also, Gosh is a cynical guy. He loves the Black Bulls even though he's hiding that, but he is a cynical guy. I bet he utterly despises the nobles. After all, he was young enough to remember that the corrupt noble killed his family and stole their family fortune, as well as a good life for Mary. So I'm just saying, where is Gorsh? He would have broken through this building in blind rage. Granted, Dalmatian's scale magic seems to be able to manipulate other sense of magic. So the fact that they are judging Mary just like that evil and proceeds to kill her makes Asta instead snap, as he reveals his demon self is that and proclaims that he does not approve of your damn justice. Dalmatia just says that I will not listen to a demon like you. So this was a manipulative trial. It makes sense that if you don't have any proof of the demon, then of course you can't prove it. But the fact that they are using some of the convicts' grudge against the kingdoms just because of a filthy peasants and former nobles just shows that this is not a justice system. This is nothing more like we are in order of it all. Asta blew the fact that he now has a demon in his form, but it also makes it a little bit strange that why does the House of Kira knows that? I think I actually do know why. As we learn from the flashback, the demon manipulated the nobles and they drained the elves' mana and blah 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 blah. However, what I'm trying to say is House of Kira one of those nobles whose magic, who drained the magic from the elves? Well, I mean, very likely. It wouldn't make surprising sense. I mean, it would make sense if Vermilion and the Silver distant ancestors were also the ones who drained it. What I'm trying to say here is, do the House of Kira fear the demon because they are afraid that they will reveal what the House of Kira did to the elves all those time ago, or do they know of them because of everything else? I mean, not even the Silver family or the Vermilion family knew about the demon until now. But the House of Kira seems to be fully aware of them even before all of this happened. And the fact that they're showing fear of it makes me just wonder. Regardless, this is a twisted justice system. Poor Mary was just about to be executed. Where are Gosh? And where are the other nobles that can actually make a difference? I mean, granted, Dalmatia's way it scales magic very likely can nullify all types of magic, but I have a feeling that this is going to create an uprising. The good nobles are just going to break through the gate and just say everything else. And also, if the House of Kira, they are the rulers of this country, so to speak. However, judging from the fact that Lumiere was called the Prince by Secre, isn't it possible that the Silver and the Vermilion family, who Lumiere has confirmed to be his descendants, I mean, what I'm trying to say is, Lumiere seems to be a distant ancestors of the Vermilion and the Silver family. Maybe the Silver first and then the Vermilion. What I'm trying to say is, if Lumiere was the prince all those time ago, shouldn't that make Vermilion and the Silver family the rulers of this country? Or is it possible that the House of Kira stole the power when the heirs to that throne, Lumiere and his sister, all died? Regardless, a twisted chapter of Black Clover. But I just want hope. But I have a feeling despair is the one who's going to win now. Give me a false if you have any.